Today I'm going to be talking about these 7 steps for a bill to become a law. Step number 1 is when the citizens come together and decide that they want something done in their community and they want a change, a different law, some new rule, boundary, anything of that sorts to be done. So they decide to contact a representative, and that representative will decide to disapprove or approve their idea that will potentially become a bill. And step number 2 is that a committee in Congress is formed and assigned that bill that the citizens created based off of the subject of the bill. So the committee will discuss this bill and make changes to it if there needs to be changes, and the committee can either pass the bill into Congress, revise the bill, or lay the bill to the side, which basically means that the bill will die and it won't end up becoming a law. So step number 3 is when the bill is presented to the Senate and the House. These chambers can change or form the bill before it's voted by the entire House and Senate. So they're basically just revising the bill, making sure that it's what everybody wanted, making sure that it's all in order before it goes to the House and Senate. So step number 4 is when the bill will be voted on separately by the House and Senate, and the bill needs a 2/3 majority vote from each of the Senate and the House to be passed on to the next steps, or else the bill will die if it does not reach the 2/3 vote. So step number 5 is when the bill has to be approved by both the House and Senate. If there's 2 different versions of the bill passed down from the House and Senate, then the bill has to go to the conference committee. So the conference committee will be the deciding factor of combining the 2 versions of the bill that came from the House and the Senate. So the bill must be confirmed by both chambers once they come up with a single version of that bill, and there must be a 2/3 majority vote for it to be passed on to the next step. So that brings us to step number 6, when the bill is sent to the president to be approved or disapproved. If the president vetoes a law, the law dies. The veto is a form of checks and balances to assure that the legislative branch does not have too much power. If Congress votes to override the veto with a 2/3 majority vote, then it is vetoed. So this happened for the first time in the United States in 1845 with President Tyler. So Congress tried to make a law to prevent the building of Coast Guard ships without the approval of Congress, which Tyler was trying to do, but this was overridden by Congress because Tyler was trying to take over and have too much power without Congress's permission. So then a pocket veto occurs if the president decides to take no action when a bill is passed down to him or her, which basically means the bill dies and it won't become a law because the president never made a decision and kind of just pocketed it and put it to the side. So the final step, step number 7, is if the bill passes all of the previous steps, then it becomes a law. So bills oftentimes fail to become laws because of the rigorous voting standards, and I think this is a good process for laws to be created so that no bad laws are being created that would have a negative effect on people. It's important that the bill is dissected and critically thought out before it officially becomes a law. The current system in which laws are formed has a great amount of checks and balances to ensure all laws are serious, practical, and fair.